The single most common Facebook ads question that I get asked is, what should my budget be? And to be honest, it's kind of an annoying question because without knowing more about the specific circumstances of that individual, of that business, I can't give an answer. Maybe the right budget for them is $300 a month, maybe it's $300,000 a month. But I can show you how you can work out what your budget should be given your specific circumstances. That's what I'm going to do in this video. So let's start with the traditional way of working out what your budget should be. So let's assume that you're an e-commerce business and your average order value is $80. And let's also assume that you need to hit a 2x ROAS in order to break even. That's your break even point. So you need to generate purchases, conversions for $40 each. Okay. Now we know, given what Facebook tells us, that we want to be aiming for 50 conversions per week in order to get out of the learning phase. If we can get out of the learning phase, then our campaigns should perform better. So just do a little bit of simple math. You need to generate 50 conversions a week. Each one's going to cost you $40. Now, of course, we're going to hope that each conversion is going to cost you less than that, but we start with the break-even point to make this calculation. So we need to generate 50 conversions a week. They're going to cost $40 each. That works out at a weekly Facebook ad budget of $2,000, roughly $8,000 per month, $8,500 per month. To work back, to get your daily budget, just divide your 2,000 by 7, which equals roughly $286. I've got pounds in there just because obviously this ad account is based in the UK. And just on this note, I would strongly recommend that you do go with daily budgets over lifetime budgets. I've got another video on that. I'll include a link to the video description if you want to work out why you should use daily budgets instead of lifetime budgets. Okay, so that's the traditional way of working out. We're going to look at a starting budget of $286 per day, $8,500 per month. That's your starting point. Go with that. Good luck.
Seriously? Stone cold seriously.
Now, there'll be lots of people watching this video, particularly if you're relatively new on your Facebook ads journey going, I can't afford anywhere near that much. And that's absolutely fine. This traditional way of working it out is nonsense. And it's nonsense for a few reasons. Firstly, you can absolutely have good results in the learning phase. If you see that you're still in the learning phase or you see learning limited alongside your ad sets, don't think that your campaigns won't work. Facebook tell you that your campaigns will perform better if you spend more and get out of the learning phase. There is a hint of truth to it, but mainly because it benefits Facebook, right? We've just run this calculation and you might come to the conclusion that you need to spend $8,500 per month as a minimum Facebook ad budget. You don't. That would benefit Facebook. Facebook would love that, but you shouldn't start there. That's too much for the vast majority of Facebook advertisers. So particularly when you're getting started, throw out any notion that you need to have a large enough budget to get out of the learning phase in order for your campaigns to perform. They can absolutely do well within the learning phase, and you need to prove that they can perform well at lower budget levels before you start to scale. That is very important, otherwise you could end up wasting a lot of money very quickly. The beginning stages of a Facebook ad campaign are all about testing, optimization, working out the ad creative, the ad copy, all the sorts of the offer that go into making a Facebook ad campaign successful. You need to do that with a smaller budget. Okay, so if this is not how you should calculate your starting budget, how should you do it? And the process of working this out is actually really simple. You just need to sort of apply the framework that I'm about to explain. I think your starting budget, your minimum budget, should be an amount that if you lose all of it and you generate no sales, no leads, etc., that's absolutely fine. It is not going to put you or your business in any financial difficulty. I think that's really, really important. What that is for your business is absolutely going to depend. Do you have a business that's turning over 100 million a year, or you've just gotten started last week and there's no revenue whatsoever? Those two businesses are in completely different circumstances, and that number of, we can afford to lose this and it's not going to cause us, any financial difficulty is going to be very, very different. So that's the first thing, right? Start with an amount that if you don't generate any leads, any sales for that first month, it's not crippling in any way. But I wouldn't start with an amount that's so small that you wouldn't care about it. So for example, let's say you've got a really successful business. Let's say it's a 7-figure business, turning over about $1 million a year.
$1 million.
If you start a new campaign and you spend $10 a day, are you really going to care about the $300 if you lose it? Probably not. It's not enough. Whereas for a smaller business, that might be plenty, might be too much even. You want to find that sweet spot where you go, we can afford to lose this. It's not going to hurt us or put us in any difficulty if we do, but emotionally, it's gonna sting a bit. I don't want to lose this. I want this to come back with a return. There's other things we could be spending this money on. And that's the sweet spot, because it's really important that you care. I've seen some businesses, larger businesses, start, they create a Facebook ad campaign, they get it running, they start with a tiny budget, they just doesn't mean anything. Even if it works, it's not gonna affect the number of sales they generate, the number of leads they generate, because they're already generating a lot elsewhere. So you need to find that sweet spot. It's not gonna hurt us, but we care. And that caring is really important, because it means you're going to, either if you're running the campaigns yourself, you're going to be in your ad account, you're going to be looking at the data, you're going to be making adjustments, trying to optimize the campaigns, trying to test new stuff. If it's too small, you probably won't be bothered to do all of that. And if you're a bigger business, you've got someone else doing it for you, then likewise, you're going to be checking up on how they're doing and monitoring the results. And you're going to be involved in the process. You're going to be willing to, if you're working with an agency and they say, look, we need, new video created of whatever, you go, okay, yeah, we've got people, we can do that, and we'll get that over to you and that sort of thing. You're going to be willing to take the steps that are required to make you successful in this space. Okay, so spend a bit of time and work out what that number is likely to be for you, and that's just a starting point. What you want to do is work out that your offer, creative, etc. can work at that budget level before you then go ahead and scale. You don't need to stay advertising with a budget that's that small. You can absolutely scale up to the point where it's very significant, but only once you know it can deliver results for you. That way you don't risk losing too much money when you're in that testing and optimization phase near the beginning. Now, I'm going to show you exactly how you should scale in a second, but before I do, just want to quickly mention our Facebook ads done for you services. So my company creates, manages, and optimizes Facebook and Instagram ad campaigns for our clients. If that's something you're interested in, you can find a link in the video description below. Click on that, you can go through to a page and book in a call directly with one of my team members. We do have a 3K per month minimum budget requirement, so please only book a call if you meet that. But if you do, go ahead, book a call, find out more. Hopefully we get a chance to work together. And then, as I mentioned, once you've got Facebook ad campaigns that are delivering results, are delivering a profitable or at least a break-even return on ad spend, then you can look to scale. And in this video here, I show you exactly how you should scale your Facebook ad budgets. There's a lot of misinformation around about this. People get it wrong all the time. They scale too often. They scale in too large an increments. I show you exactly how to do it step by step with examples. Go ahead and check it out.